What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of RPG Burnout. That's right, our boy Phil played Baldur's Gate 3 yet again, and Like a Dragon, Infinite Beg. Two playthroughs that no one cares about, but surprisingly, the dents did come out, a handful of them, and the return of OIC. OIC's back, folks, dropping those massive tips on our boy Phil and helping him save the business. That's right. Apparently OIC was out in full effect for both Baldur's Gate and Like a Dragon Infinite Beg. That's right. He was dropping those big massive tips using his multiple sock accounts. So I guess he's done with his HRT therapy and he's back again supporting his boy Phil. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Last consecutive streaming day of the week and the final major day in the RPG Overload push for completion, because I have great news for all of you tonight. We are finishing 2 games on Friday. Indeed. Thank you for your patience during the past 2 months, 3 months that we've been playing them. Thank you for the patience these past 2 weeks as we push through them. Okay, so let's talk about that. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, some fun stuff to talk about, including an interesting idea I had for my birthday bash marathon coming up on April 6th. In addition to that, some game news and topics to cover. So good stuff in regards to that. And I absolutely enjoyed a nice chill podcast stream. And then we swung over to Baldur's Gate 3. Here's the good news. We have finished all of the gameplay elements of Baldur's Gate 3 and made all the major story choices. It's done. However, the game has about an hour epilogue. And I didn't have time for that, and I said, well, I don't want to skip it. I played 140 hours. Obviously, I want to see the ending of all the story elements. So, we're going to do that on Friday, and I'll talk a little bit about that because the schedules will flip on Friday. Likely what will happen on Friday night is we'll do that, and then I'll do a video that won't likely be a numbered review, but instead will be my overall thoughts about Baldur's Gate 3 now that I've finally completed it in its entirety, and all of its side content, and all of its missions, and all of that. It'll be a good video, I think, that people will enjoy, okay? Then,
I'm sure, Phil, no one will enjoy a 3-hour video on you giving your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3. Because we already know what you're going to say. Now that the playthrough's over, now that the dents have, shut back their Velcro wallets, those 3 dents that were supporting the playthrough, you're gonna bash it. You're gonna treat it like shit. You're gonna bash it. You're gonna nitpick every single fucking little flaw. And that's what you're gonna focus on. And then when people clap back and say, no, you're a fucking idiot, then you're gonna spaz out and start banning people. Everyone knows the deal here, Phil. You're a contrarian. You just want to shit on shit just to shit on shit. That's your personality. And that's why people can't stand you. People can't stand you, Phil, because you take the smallest little fucking things, the smallest things that cause you the minor aggravation, and you build the whole city on top of that foundation. That small little brick of concrete, you build the whole fucking civilization on top of that one fucking brick, and you don't let it go. Because you always feel like you need to make yourself look like the smartest person in the room. 99 out of 100 people think one thing, but you have to be that one person that thinks differently because you have to show the fucking world your big brain. No, Phil, it just shows that you're a fucking asshole. And that's why people don't like you. That's why people don't like to engage with you. That's why people, and it's not just gaming. It's whole fucking life. It's high school. It's his Street Fighter days. It's when he was on the online forums. Every stage of this man's life, people, when they're around him for a significant amount of time, they realize that he's just an asshole. I mean, look at John Rambo, Howard and John. It took them a bit, but they finally realized how much of a fucking asshole this guy was, and they wanted nothing to do with him. Everybody in Phil's life has that experience with him. And even people on his streams, eventually, except the hardcore dents like, Jade and maybe Derek, they're going to have that similar experience with Phil, and they're just going to move the fuck on. That's just Phil's life here. So yeah, that video is just going to be him shitting on Baldur's Gate and trying to convince you why it shouldn't have been Game of the Year. Why whatever the fuck game he picked Alan Wake 2, which was a pretty good game, but it wasn't Game of the Year. The Game of the Year was Baldur's Gate 3. With all of its flaws, with all of its problems, BG3 was the game of the fucking year.
On the late stream tonight, I got insanely far in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We finished up the Kasuga Hawaii storyline, which took about an hour, a little over an hour, for all the final boss fights and story. We went back to Japan and immediately realized I did need to grind a little bit more if I was going to have ultimate weapons for the end of the game. I had enough components to make 3 ultimate weapons. And I said, okay, what should we do? Let's swap jobs around. Let's make a couple ultimate weapons, which we did. And now we're going to try to get the final one and finish up the game. So I'm excited for that, but what we had to do for about 45 minutes to an hour at the end of the stream, we had to grind in the optional challenge dungeon that was in Yokohama in order to get enough components to craft the final ultimate weapons. So we did it. For an hour we grinded, we chilled and talked, and boom, we went from like level 41, 42. I think actually we started around, I take that back. I think we were like level 43, 44. We went to level 48. So we gained 4 levels, and we got all the components to get the final endgame weapon. So this means when we play again, all I need to do is figure out what is the final job classes I want everyone to be, get the ultimate weapons, and then we go to the end of the game. And the good news is, since we already beat all the gameplay components of Baldur's Gate 3 and only need about an hour to play, here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow, I'm off from streaming. On Thursday, I'll be out with, doing stuff with my wife, having fun, and I hope that you guys have a very pleasant Thursday yourselves. All right? Friday, when I return, obviously we'll have a fun level 1 podcast recapping game news and the like. But the first stream on Friday will be Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And I know some people will say, oh no, you didn't play that as a daytime stream in like 2 months. It didn't work as a daytime stream. It's the finale. Okay, it's literally the final stream. This will give us enough time to finish with the jobs, the crafting, the leveling, and then go to the final story. From what I'm going to understand, the final story will take about probably an hour to 90 minutes. And if we end up, finishing a little bit on the earlier side, that's perfectly fine. We could just hang out for an extra hour on the stream and do just like a chill, impromptu, Q&A or whatever. All right. But I want to wrap it up. So that's why it's important to have that final, stream of it to wrap it up. We'll have enough time for it. So the daytime stream Friday, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth conclusion. The late night stream on Friday, the conclusion of Baldur's Gate 3. It's just going to be the story epilogue, and I'll do a special video giving my final thoughts overall about the game now that I've completed it. And that means starting this Saturday, it's new games. It will absolutely be Dragon's Dogma 2 on the first stream on Saturday. The late stream will either be trying out the Battlefront Classic Collection again, because guess what? I tested it this morning when I was playing on my podcast.
Okay, before we go on to the new games, I love the fact that he's going to play more RPGs, more extended RPGs after quitting 2 RPGs. But that's big brain filler anyway. Well, whatever. The one thing I wanted to highlight is I'm pretty sure that's not going to go well with the dents. The dents, those 3 dents that have been supporting Phil for over 140 hours of this game, that have come every stream and dropped $100 tips on this moron, right? The 2 people, because there's been about 2 or 3 people that have been supporting they're not gonna be fucking happy that you're moving this shit to the night stream, Phil. So way to go to screw over those fucking people that have come out and throw cash your way, those 2 or 3 dents that have wasted their money at you. It's and by the way, it's over $5,000. I mean, that the Baldur's Gate playthrough has made them over $5,000 in tips. These 100 or so hours, by the way, and I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. So way to go to fucking piss off the people that actually are coming out and paying your bills. Why? Because you don't want to do an additional day of streaming. Why not do your Baldur's Gate playthrough tomorrow, right? And then do your Like a Dragon playthrough Friday night, and then if you're not finished fucking Like a Dragon Infinite Beg, play it the fucking Saturday night. Play Dragon's Dogma on the morning stream, and then fucking play the Like a Dragon. No one gives a fuck anyway. I mean, OIC came out yesterday and dropped what, $100 dono. He made $105 on Infinite Beg, and that was from 2 fucking tips, and $100 came from OIC. No one gives a shit, Phil. Just fucking play it, be done with it, and move the fuck on. You know what? Matter of fact, don't even fucking play it. Just quit that shit. Shelve it, because no one cares. No one will even miss it. No one will even fucking say, "Hey, wait a minute, Phil, you didn't fucking stop. You didn't finish Like a Dragon Infinite Beg." Even I won't make a video saying that you rage quit it. Because at this point, I can give two shits about that game. That fucking playthrough is so fucking boring. And you make it even more fucking boring, Phil. So just do that. I don't understand. Phil makes the stupidest mistakes and the stupidest decision of any fucking content creator I know. And I love how he threw in the fact that he was going to be busy with his wife tomorrow doing shit. No. He's going to be going out, doing his fucking errands, probably going to the dump by himself like a fucking loser. And then his wife's going to be sitting home ordering DoorDash and playing fucking Skyrim. Everyone knows this. I put my YouTube check on the fucking line that Phil's going to say his wife was tired and she just wanted to chill. So she stayed home, played whatever fucking game she was playing, and ate DoorDash. Yeah, that's Phil's pretty much fucking weekly schedule on his day off, and it's pretty quite fucking pathetic. But you know what? Phil loves that shit. If Phil had the opportunity to stay home 7 days a fucking week, he fucking would.
It worked. Not only did it work, the connection was good. It was fluid. There wasn't teleporting or lagging all over the screen, and all the hit detection worked perfectly. I was like, completely night and day from launch day. It feels so much smoother now. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a multiplayer stream of this because that's what I bought the damn game for. I didn't really get to do that because it was broken at launch, right? So we could do that, or we could actually start the other new game that I was interested in, Alone in the Dark, a horror puzzle game that people are saying would probably fit my kind of streams perfectly. It's got funny elements that I can comment on. It's got horror. It's got all kinds of fun, interesting stuff. And I feel like we should play it for variety. So we could do one of those two things Saturday night. Think about it. Maybe give me your opinions on Friday when I come back. And then, of course, this week coming up, also we'll likely see the premiere of my wife and I starting our Beyond Two Souls co-op playthrough, which we're going to do together. You may also see some other gameplay of other types, depending what you guys want to see. All right, so let's think about it and go from there. But I think it's going to be a fun week overall to not be doing the two games I've been playing for months on end. Okay? Everyone, thank you. This is it. The big finale is Friday. If you've liked one or both of these RPGs, I hope that you will tune into those.
Yeah, Phil, no one gives a fuck. Again, you're too dense that like Baldur's Gate 3 and 1 Minute Man that are supporting it. You're going to fucking shaft them. You're going to give them the shaft because you refuse to play. Or, wow, how about this, Phil? If you need just another additional hour on your night stream, play another fucking hour tonight. It's not like you're going to do anything. It's not like you got fucking plans. After you finish streaming at night, you're going to fucking sit there. You're going to go on fucking WWE Champions. You're going to fucking probably order some McDonald's ice cream. And you're just going to fucking sit there and get drunk, scrolling Twitter all night. Just spend another fucking hour with your dents and finish that fucking game. God, you're such a fucking moron. Anyway, I hope the dents revolt. I hope those 2 or 3 people that have been supporting the playthrough get so pissed off at you that they decide to never come back and give you $0 ever again. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.